I bled for the very first time when I was 12 years old. The day that I got my first moon, I was in excruciating pain. I remember crying and twisting my body and moaning in pain. I didn't know that I was going to be getting my first moon time. I remember at some point during the day going to the bathroom and wiping and seeing, oh, okay, this is what's going on. I had no idea. So it was a painful initiation. I did not cramp like that again for the first couple of years of bleeding, for the first number of years of bleeding. But it was just a couple of years later, when I was 14, that I went on the pill. I went on the pill both as birth control and to regulate my period, to make them shorter. My doctor didn't tell me that, yeah, having irregular moon times and long, lengthy 7 or 8 day bleeding is totally normal because your body's young and getting into its own rhythm, which is what I've found from my research as true. So the doctor said, yes, birth control, and we'll fix all of these wonderful things, or all of these annoying things and make them wonderful. Shorter bleeding, regular bleeding, but I had no idea what I was in for. I was on the pill for 4 years, and when I went off the pill, I was 18, and I bled a month after coming off the pill. And then a month later, it was August, I had a few days of spotting, and then nothing for 6 months. And this happened 2 years in a row, that I had a couple days of spotting in August and nothing for 6 months. Nobody really knew what was going on. I went to the doctors, I went to an alternative doctor, she was a specialist of some kind, and no one understood what was going on with my body. But it was after about 3 or 4 years of this happening. Year 3 was, I bled a little bit more, but still in August I stopped bleeding for 3 months at least, had maybe 2 moon times in a row and then skipped again, and I think that pattern repeated again the following year. After 4 years of really not knowing what was going on and feeling in my body that something was off, I went to our local herbalist and my auntie, who supported me to change my diet to a diet with richer foods, more nourishing foods, and I also introduced into my day-to-day life herbal supplements, tinctures, and herbal tea infusions. And what happened over that year was I began bleeding more often. I had 2 years in a row now working on and off with these same herbs of bleeding almost every month. And my moons are irregular. Anywhere from 28 to 35 days is common. On a very rare occasion, once this year I had a 40-day cycle. Once this year I had a 20-day cycle. So the herbs have helped me bleed more, which is really, really such a blessing. And what has happened this year that's different is the intensity of my cramps has increased, and the frequency of the intensity of my cramps has increased. So again, as I came into my moon when I was 12, I'm experiencing excruciating pain a handful of times this year on the first day of bleeding. So I'm learning about these different kinds of cramps, which I will be detailing out in the following section. But I'm also deciding to switch my approach to how I'm working myself into menstrual wellness. And what you'll find in the section below is a section on my previous approach from the last couple of years and what my new approach is for the coming year. And the focus will be both on menstrual regularity and lessening the intensity of my cramps. So this comes from research that I've done in the last couple of months, and I encourage you to do your own research either for yourself or someone you know if menstrual irregularity and cramps is something that you experience. And I also encourage you to try some things out. These are all natural solutions to the issues that I'm dealing with, and I will be sure to report on the journey in the coming year. So enjoy. Thanks.